Join James and Dan tonight, shenanigans in the glowing light. Ham radio sparks the sky, parks and satellites fly.
What is up, Ham Radio? Kilo Echo 8 Papa Zulu November, the Ham Radio Adventure Guy. Thanks for stopping by. Your one stop for everything Adventure Radio. It is Sunday. Time for a little bit of shenanigans, some great music, and a whole lot of fun. And before we get started, we're going to thank the Patreons. Patreons, which in 11 days, I will get to start seeing you guys. 11 days from now.
I hope they don't bring those skunks.
Orlando. How many Patreons will I get to see? That's up to you guys. Also, shout out to the YouTube members. I'll see a bunch of you as well. Equally important, green in the chat or blue if they're moderators. And the ever-changing board that gave Dan no changes for 2 streams straight. Dan gets really bored when he don't get to change his board around, guys. So you're going to have to make some changes happening really quick. It is February, the greatest month of the year. Every year, February is the greatest month. Not only are we 11 days from Hamcation, we are 2 weeks from the King's birthday. And the day before the King's birthday, at the Hamfest, the King is offering himself up for a Valentine's date. Anybody who wants to take the King for Stonefire Pizza on Valentine's Day, you can be my Valentine.
Terry,
Dan, what's going on?
Maybe Terry will be there to be your Valentine. You never know.
You never know.
Maybe he'll just show up out of the blue. Alpha Echo 4, X-Ray Oscar. What's up, Chris? 18 degrees in middle Georgia today. It was about that here. It was miserable this morning. I didn't go outside, but I looked at the weather. It didn't look cold, but it was. Whiskey 1 to Whiskey Charlie. Meow. Was second. Alpha Delta 2, Charlie Delta. Toby, hello. Ronnie's here early. Kilo Oscar 4.
Zulu.
Romeo X-Ray. What is going on? Daryl, Kilo Oscar 4, Sierra X-Ray Hotel. 10 inches, 10 degrees in snow in Asheville. Kilo 8 November, India Victor. 22 for the high in West by God, Virginia. I'll be your Valentine. That's right. Andy Callie, what is up, my friend? Always good to see you. Got into TKT. Good evening. North Carolina for extreme lovers. But it's not. That's Dom. What's going on, buddy? From snowy North Carolina. Always good to see you. Kent, Kilo 9 Alpha Echo. Hello. Firebug's here. What's up? She wants to know why you brought the cold weather with you. And we'll talk about that because they brought it down from Carolina to here, too. So I think we both have a bone to pick. That's for you. The extra by April, Hillbilly Ham, KE6GAE. How you doing on the extra, buddy? Need a status update. We didn't get one last week. KT4EM, hello. Kilo Echo 4 Eastern Standard Time with Michael and Mary. Kilo 4 Alpha is in the house. Probably staying warm, that's for sure. Happy birthday, Terry. Kilo 8 Golf, Quebec is here.
Quebec.
That's right. Matthew's here. Kilo Delta 9 Delta Zulu Tango from Whiskey, India. Dennis, Alpha Delta 9 Whiskey Mike. Good evening to you. Gary Graham. What's up? I get to say it. We finally get to say it. Gary Graham. Kilo Romeo 4 Juliet Golf Delta. Awesome. That's cool, man. Congratulations. Dad is here. Kilo Delta 9 Uniform Victor Kilo. Eddie's here, the Brisket Masker. That's Kilo Oscar 4, November. Lova. We always love us some Eddie. Speaking of Lova, Martini's here. Whiskey Delta 4, Juliet.
Mike. I'm not going to say what you want me to say. You try to bait me into that every week.
No. Well, you know, I'm really good at it. Some would say I might be a master at that, but hey, you never know. Mike, 88 KB. What's going on, buddy? Good to see you. K3MTO, my toy ostrich, is in the house. He says, we aren't used to activating when it's 50 degrees down here. That's true.
Tell me about it, Chris. What is up with that?
It's the wind that'll get you. That's for sure. Reed, AB8AS. Good evening to you. KQ4GPT, Jason. What's going on, buddy? Mobile Tech is here. It's K7 Zulu, Foxtrot, India. KF6 UFO. Oh, that is a cool call sign. Greetings, Earthlings. He says he really needs that Dr. Pepper hat. That's what's going on, Jerry. Dale, Whiskey 5 DSL, as in digital subscriber line, is in the house. And our buddy Mo, what's happening? Kilo Oscar 4, golf. Bravo. Welcome
now,
to
I'll tell you what, Dan.
What's up?
I never realized Mobile Tech's call sign until just now. How great is his call sign?
It's awesome.
Kilo 7 Zulu Foxtrot India.
That's right. I didn't think about that.
That is a pile-up busting machine right there.
Absolutely.
You could probably even use an ICOM and break a pile-up. Hi, Dennis.
Michael said he was activating 15 degrees and snow. Sorry about my burp there. 15 degrees and snow.
So Sandy's blaming me. She said, "Why did I bring the cold weather?"
You brought it here from Carolina.
I'm going to go ahead and tell you. I have good reason to believe that I'm not responsible for this. I'm going to blame Josh, the human chicken, and Dan.
What
and Dan, look, you said I knew I'd see that face. Dan's like, wait, what? So when I left West Virginia, it was nice weather. It was very nice weather, and I went to North Carolina, and I got with the human chicken, and we had cold weather in North Carolina. Mm-hmm. So Dan's like, okay, so Josh brought it. What's this got to do with me? When we got to Dan's house, Dan had the bright idea to get Josh a Florida activation. So he crossed Josh into the Florida, which brought the cold weather here. So it's technically Dan and Josh's fault. James has nothing to do with that.
Okay. Whiskey One Whiskey Charlie says he's doing well. He's finding entertainment all over the band.
If
nobody heard that activation last night, it was interesting, to say the least.
Yeah. There's some fun stuff on the bands. Yeah. There really, really is.
Oh, it's hilarious. But we did learn when you're getting intentionally QRM'd, it is to your advantage to have a female with you, because most of the people with the mental disorders that intentionally QRM you are males, and a female voice is higher in the passband, of that 3kC of passband, and you can hear it no matter who is talking. It just comes through clear as day. It was rather awesome, actually.
So you're saying that when I'm getting QRM'd, if I say, "You're 5'9" Florida, thanks," that I'll be better?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah. You might have to get kicked, to get your voice that high, but yeah. It worked very well. I was actually surprised because I could hear Anna plain as day while they were talking, and they were like 30 over on me. But it's just that difference. It's like shifting your CW tone, in the passband. You just hear it better. It was awesome. Yeah, call everybody honey. Oh man.
Anyway, it's February, guys.
Yeah.
The numbers for January is done. They don't look for me to be doing my own thing this year and not worrying about numbers. They're not too shabby. I'm not too worried about the numbers that I put out in January.
I'm sorry for your logs in January. By the way, I know I broke them with just the sheer number of times my call sign appeared in those logs. I'm sorry for the extra clutter. Okay.
Yeah. If I wouldn't have had the 3 contacts that you made me in January,
You wouldn't have made your goal.
I wouldn't have made my goals.
See, that's right.
So, it's a good thing I had them 3 calls from you.
Absolutely.
I'll tell you, you're not the only one who, after another year of the PZN challenge, has kind of went MIA from my logs.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one in the chat right now, Whiskey One Whiskey Charlie, has dramatically dropped in my hunting logs now. So,
yeah.
I'm
telling you, Michael, that's the trick, dude. I mean, if you get a female to hunt, I mean, it's all over with. They can bust pile up, especially if it ends in like, alpha or Mike.
I love when Mary uses Michael's call sign, because it gives me a chance to act a fool on the air every time. She'll be like, Kilo Echo 4 Eastern Standard Time. And I'm like, Michael, with your manly voice today.
Damn, Michael, you sound good. Oh, man.
Eastern Standard Time, huh? Bet you sure do have some pretty lips. Mm-hmm.
I called Brent yesterday. And I hit Jamie's little auto call button. So her call sign went on the air. And then Brent comes back. Jamie, good to hear you for the late shift. Thanks for coming back to me. You're 5'9". I get on there and goes, with my normal voice. Yeah, thanks. You're 5'9". Stand by for Dan. Then she gets on there and says my calls. Oh, it was great.
Oh. X-Ray Oscar says he starts telework back on Mondays and Tuesdays, so he'll be back to getting the hunt again. Mm-hmm. Good deals.
Nice. Use AI. Hey, no need for a female. Use AI to make yourself sound like a woman. Hey, didn't think about that. Yeah.
Okay. Dan can make himself sound like some weird things with his little box there, but I don't know. Can you do a female?
No, I can pitch up. I don't know how much it'll pitch it up.
I mean, that's like, I don't know. That's probably like Mickey Mouse sounding right there, huh?
Yeah, to me, it kind of sounds like you're huffing helium.
I just might leave it like this then. You never know.
Indianapolis, Eric, what's going on, buddy? N9KDB.
How's it going, Eric? That's a new call sign in the chat. At least I don't remember it. If it's your first time here, Eric, make sure and click like and subscribe. And we stream here on Sunday nights. Every Sunday night at 6 Eastern. It's our Shenanigan Hour. It's a little comedy act with me and Dan is what it really is. Then Wednesday nights we normally try to have a ham radio topic, and that's at 8 Eastern.
I don't know how low it will go.
All right, so that's down. I'm sure I could adjust it, but I also have like a serial killer kind of disguise where it'll be like this. Like,
yeah, there we go.
Give me all your Yazoo FT101Bs and I won't murder your family.
That's it right there. Huh?
Yeah, that'll be it.
The anonymous voice.
Yeah.
What's up, Bob? Mr. Zulu India Kilo. How are you doing tonight?
Up? Good to see you.
Dude, believe it or not, though, I'm kind of like I said, the weather is not bad in Florida right now because I'm used to cold weather, but the wind here is just absolutely crazy. Last night, I seriously had my Chelegans night-eyed to a fence post with several night eyes. And then there were still like branches hitting the truck and the van and everything. And I was like, I'm about done with this. So my late shift didn't last real long last night, but I went out for today and I did what I said I was going to do. I still went out this morning in the cold air, just like I said, and the bands were horrible this morning. Absolutely. I mean, like 20 meters was horrible.
Yeah.
15 did okay. I used an end fed today, but it wasn't the end fed's fault. It was the band's, period. Because people would come through 5'9", and then they'd come back again. They'd be 5'3", then they'd be back up to 5'9". It was just nuts. I did get an FT4 QSO. I absolutely did, and somebody cross-moded me FT4, and I did decode it.
That's
But
that
I
chip.
wasn't going to say nothing because I wasn't filming last night to prove it.
I'm sure they'll hit you again. I mean, once they figured out you could actually decode it.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. 15 inches of snow. Holy crap.
Yeah, North Carolina's gotten hit. Alpha India 4 Zulu Delta has been keeping me updated every hunt to tell me how many inches they've got.
Good Lord.
Yeah, it's been crazy. The places that are getting snow and it's cold, it's not normally cold.
And feds are the best feds.
Mm-hmm. No, belly feds are the best feds.
Dom got 4.5 inches at his house. We didn't get any. We got, apparently, I must have been taking a nap. Excuse me, I must have been taking a Whiskey 1 Radio Charlie Papa when we had a little bit of snow flurries here, but apparently we did have snow flurries. Not even enough to, like, stick to anything. But so, I mean, to me, that doesn't count, right?
How much did Jamie get?
I don't know. Probably more than an inch. Michael said just 2.5 inches there. Yeah. Oh, wow. Daryl got 6 to 7.
Yep, and that's just north of Josh, so that's probably around what Josh got too, I'd say.
Yeah. We just had flurries, not enough to even stick to anything. I was terribly disappointed.
I think it was snowing sticks at me when the wind was blowing, but that's about it.
Eddie said he had about 12 over at his house. 2.5 is more than enough, Brian.
Not when it comes to CW.
Oh, well, hey. He said, "Don't let anyone tell you it's not enough." That's right. Yeah, we're talking about snow, guys and gals.
So it's technically it's kind of gear up week for me. I want to start exploring out and seeing. I got to get some new parks to me, which I've been looking at the map, and I tell you, is it bad when you go into a state that's not your home state and you've still got to drive a long way to get new parks?
Yeah. Dom says Alaska's on 28,394.
I'll tell you what, the day before, not yesterday, but the day before yesterday, I did really good on 10 meters. I worked all the bands that day. I did me a Dom activation that day. I stayed at one park for a long time and worked all the bands. Good stuff. But I did really well on 10 meters that day.
I can't hear him, Dom.
If Dan could hear him, he could work him.
10 meters is one of those weird bands for me. Yeah, I don't hear him at all. Anyway, 10 meters is one of those weird bands for me where I could hear something 5.9 and then literally like a half hour down the road, you can't hear them at all. It's really weird.
It was funny too, because I was streaming on TikTok like I do every day. And Terry was in the chat, and Terry had hit me so far on 20, 17, 15, and 12. 4 of the 5 bands to get the bonus. So he had 10 and 40 left, and we know 40 really sucks in Florida. So me and Alpha Delta 8 Kilo Bravo, we were in the chat there, and we were like, is 10 meters going to be Terry's weakness? And we both voted yes. And I'll be daggone if Terry could not get through on 10 meters. And then Liz breaks through on 10 meters and gets the bonus. So I'll be daggone if I don't roll over to 40 and Terry pulls something out of his buttocks and works me on 40.
I should hook Terry up with with remote access to mine. That way he can just blow you up on 40. That would be funny. Because from where I am, 40 meters will give you speaker damage.
Yeah, dude, 40 meters has been rough this Florida trip, rougher than normal.
It's been rough
When
like the last.
when I first got here,
Yeah.
when I first got here, it was really great. But you know, like I was getting West Virginia like every time I'd go on 40, which is rare for here. But the last week, I mean, and I don't think it's just here even, because I'll look at the spots when I'm out activating, and there will be FT8 or CW a little bit on 40. I'll be the only 40 meter station on sideband.
I normally judge how good of a band is. Like, if you want to try 40 in the middle of the day, swing down to, what is it, 7074 or whatever it is, the FT8 frequency, to see if you can hear anything. If you can't, I'm probably not even going to try to spot, because there's always going to be some kind of FT8 activity.
Well, I always do, because I always say it. I'm going to give the vocals that chance.
Yeah.
And there's just one vocal. He's down, I think he's around Sarasota, and he's been working me about every day at every park I go to. He did not get me today, and he's been appreciating. Every time he's like, "Thanks for 40 meters, man. Appreciate it."
Hey, I've been saying it for years, man. There's only a handful of people that even know how to spell 40 meters in Florida. It's absolutely crazy. Like, everybody's like, yeah, we're going to go to a new park in Florida, 20 meters. Here we come.
Here we come.
Don't help me none unless you're like in Miami or the Keys. I'll blow you up on 20, but you got to be that far south.
I've been getting a little bit of North Florida on 20 every now and then, like more over in the Panhandle though.
Yeah. And that's probably not so much Skywave. That's probably almost like a direct wave that you're getting them.
John says the last time he worked me on 20 here, I was as loud as I am on 40 up there. See, and that's just a weird thing for me, because I'm used to going to 40, and by the time I'm done with 40, I don't really want to do anything else. I want to go to another park or go take a Dan.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Dan calls them Whiskey One Radio Charlie Papas. I call them Dans. But they truly are Whiskey One Radio Charlie Papas.
That boy can nap anywhere.
Whiskey One Radio Charlie Papa. It's very cool that he's a school teacher, but all those school girls rub off on him, because when he comes home from school, he has to take a nap.
Got to take a nap. That's right. He would be really cool to have as a teacher, because you could say, listen, I don't have my homework because when I got home from school, I took a nap, and by the time I woke up, it was just way too late to get anything done. And he would be like, I understand.
Brian got Alaska with all 111 watts.
Nice.
I'm just curious what radio you have that does 111 watts.
Happy nappies are fun. Absolutely, Dom. That's right. And the older I get, the more I appreciate my happy nappies.
Mine aren't happy, because mine occur between the hours of like 4:30 and 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning, and they're just not at all. So this is funny right here. First off, Brent, he's the walking billboard, and I appreciate him for it. But he hunted me the other day, and I said, Brent, you're 5'9". While you're at it, please click the like and subscribe button. And if you really value these activations, maybe you should check out the HRAG Patreon.
Oh, that is great.
Oh.
I see Ethan slid in here. KO4FX, Kilo Oscar 4, Foxtrot X-ray, or Kilowatt Ocean 4, Florida X-ray. What's going on, buddy?
The K2 with the 100 watt amp goes to 111. Okay, cool.
Overdriving it. Hey, it's like overclocking your CPU, baby. Do it till it fries, right? That's right. Brent Twin Knobs. I don't want to know, Terry. I really don't. That's scary.
Everything that comes out of Terry's mouth, or visuals, or message texts, or anything is scary.
Eddie says he'll be surprised if the young people ask him about my ATAS when I tell them that they let me know Mr. Pitts was their teacher. That's awesome. Yeah. Hey, he'd just be like a man. I wish I had teachers like that when I was in high school. You know, most of my teachers were snobby. I'm not going to say the other word, but they were snobby. Like, yeah, that's what they were.
I had a really cool English teacher in 10th grade. We pretty much watched movies in her class, and one time they come in and gave her crap about stuff, and said that her movies were not related to the subject she was teaching. So she would go out. So she went out of her way to find movies that would be anywhere. I mean, it could be as much as mention an English book in it, and then it was related to her, so she'd put it through. So
let me tell you, this will take some of y'all back if you're old enough. Me and James are about the same age, so James will understand what I'm talking about. You'll know it was a good day in class when they wheel in the media cart with the TV strapped to it, and they pop in the VHS tape.
The VHS, that's
yes,
right,
sir. That is right. That was that was a good day.
No, if you've already subscribed, you should probably go out on the streets in the nice cool weather of North Carolina and use one of those spinning signs that says hamradioadventureguide.com, like and subscribe. And you should put in about an hour every day.
You know how true that was at my school, buddy. Oh my God. The media cart usually meant the teacher was hungover. Yeah.
Hey, she was the greatest teacher ever, man. I loved her.
Either hungover or smelled like a skunk. Yeah.
Now the math teacher was dumb. So in grade school, I went to private school, and it was well advanced. I was doing stuff in grade school. Like I was taking geometry and stuff in grade school. So then I in junior high. Yes, I said junior high. I'll age myself real quick.
Yeah.
In junior high and high school, I go in there and everything's a breeze for me. So I get to 10th grade, and these dummies just put me in general math. And I walk in my first day, and this dumb woman says, "All right, guys, this is how my class works. 10% of your grade is your classwork. 10% of your grade is your homework, and 80% of your grade is your tests." So I got in there and goofed off all the time. I told her it was against my religion to do homework. So one day she finally asked me, she said, "You goof off in class and won't do your classwork. You say it's against your religion to do homework. How are you going to pass the class?" Guess what I passed with? An 80. I made 100% on every test I took. And I made an 80.
Yeah.
I'm like, your system is flawed, woman. You can't tell any kid with any kind of intelligence something like that. Of course, they're not going to do nothing.
No.
Me and her had a love and hate relationship.
My
And
science
she was
teacher.
hardcore. She was hardcore.
My science
wouldn't
teacher
give me
was
the
really
principal's
cool.
office. She would put, it wasn't one of those go to the corners. It was like, come to the front of the class, hold your arms out, and she'd put a typewriter in your hand, in your arms. She was hardcore.
My science teacher was cool. He was a short enough, skinny guy that looked like Bill Nye, and he let us. All right, so a couple stories. One, on the last day of school, right near the art. So there was an exit door, like an emergency exit door on the back, and that led right out into the quad area. So it went right outside. And the little emergency shower thing was right there above that door. You know, the one you pull the handle in case you need to douse yourself because you got covered in whatever chemicals, and the eye washing station was there and all this. So, so he used to bet us on the last day of school, and everybody tried. None of us passed. But he said, if you can stand right here, pull the emergency shower handle, and get out of that door that was all but 2 feet in front of you, and get outside without getting wet, I'll give you $5. That's what the teacher said. So we all tried it. We all got drenched, right? Because there ain't no way you moving out of that fast enough. The other thing was I don't know if he let us do this or not. It's been a while, but I did it. The way the chemistry lab was kind of laid out, we had rows of, not desks, but rows of tables, I guess you would call them, and attached to these tables were the outlets for the gas that you would use your Bunsen burner. You would hook like a tube to the nozzle and then a tube to your Bunsen burner. Then you turn the gas on and you could light your burner, right?
Right.
Me, being who I am, I want to know what was going to happen if you just turned the gas on without the tube attached and took the little striker and lit it. It'll catch fire and it'll shoot out about 5 feet from the table. It's pretty damn cool, right? He didn't think it was so cool, but he was a cool enough dude where I didn't get in trouble. He just basically said, don't do that anymore. Most teachers would be like, "Oh my God, you're going to the assistant principal's office."
We had a science teacher.
Lab table. Thank you.
He expected you to pay 100% attention to him.
Mm-hmm.
Because anything he could and would say could be on your test. I can remember taking a test before, and you get there and one of the questions is, what color dress did my wife wear when we went to Lowe's last Wednesday? That was a science test question.
Was it an essay answer?
Huh? No, it was.
Okay.
He wanted the color because he said it during class, and you were supposed to be paying attention to him.
No.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I don't remember the color, but I can tell you what she wasn't wearing. Blue. She was not wearing blue.
The color that looked good on my floor.
You stuck. Terry said they stuck capacitors in the electrical outlets. Oh my God. That was great. Yeah, I was just about to say, leave them laying around and wait. Yeah.
Yeah.
Color evil.
Just so you guys know, yes, I pretty much outsmarted most of my high school teachers, and did go on. I actually have 2 degrees, so it didn't affect me none that I was just outsmarting them.
What are your 2 degrees? Are they like obtuse and acute?
On what?
Are your 2 degrees? Are they obtuse and acute? Or what do you got?
No. I got one degree in sports physics and 1 degree in machining. Yes, totally different degrees. One of them was paid for by work.
I love machining, actually. If I wasn't in the career that I'm in now, I would definitely be a machinist.
I really enjoyed it, but I get hot really easy. Not so much now since my brain cancer, but before my brain cancer, I got hot real easy, and I always wore shorts. I don't like this weather that we're in right now. I would wear shorts back then. Like that's what I do. So in a machine shop, I'm wearing shorts with steel toe boots.
Yeah.
Well, what happens in the machine shops? Shavings go everywhere. And going home and pulling metal shavings out of your toes is not fun. And it kind of burnt me out after like 5 years of that. But it was a great job. And once again, I outsmarted somebody. So that job, it was for mowing faucets. And they moved my department from North Carolina, Sanford, North Carolina, not far from where Dom is. They still have a mowing there, but they moved my department from there to their factory up in North Olmsted, Ohio. And you had two choices. You could either A, move to North Olmsted and keep your job, or B, you could take 1 year's severance pay, but the severance pay was paid to you weekly until you got another job. So if you got a job in 2 weeks, that stopped. So what did I do? I took the year's severance pay and I worked under the table.
I don't think I would have liked to have been a machinist 10 years ago. I don't think I would enjoy modern machining because it's all computer. I mean, you draw something on a CAD, you pop it into your CNC and you let it go and you check the part one time. If it's good, then you run 1,000 of them. So I enjoy the manual machining, part of it, like manual lathe work, manual threading. I freaking enjoy doing that. Manual, I just like the manual things. The computer aided machining, that doesn't interest me much at all. You know what I mean?
Well, I ran screw machines, but I also run CNCs and stuff like that. I really enjoyed the CNCs because yes, you could run 1,000 parts, or you could run 4 and one drill goes bad. And if you're not there paying attention, you wipe out the whole thing.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, and it was crazy because I worked in one machine shop and you had the old timers that had only run like lathes and mills and stuff like that, which I could run, but they were over there working and I'm sitting there the whole time standing, just staring at a machine, just standing there staring at it. And yes, it was boring, but they would get so mad. He gets paid way more than on the hour to stand there and just stare at something. We're over here busting our and they get so it made it even more fun because it's like I had lids. Yeah. I had built-in vids at work. So
I would enjoy I say I like the manual machining more than like computer aided machining is I would want to do more of the 1 or 2 or 3 off things. So if somebody needed like 4 of something, okay, you're not necessarily going to take the time to draw that up in CAD and pop it into your CNC when you can just manual machine it just as fast, right? Hey, we got Mickey. What's going on here?
I was getting ready to hit that.
Yeah, so, what's going on?
Welcome to Ham Radio, man. It's addicting. A Yaesu 891 is probably the most used radio for portable, at least for parks on the air. It is.
You'll love that.
It is the most. I'm not saying it's the best. I love my 891, but it is the most used. So you'll get some good use out of it, man. And start doing POTA and you'll fall in love and you'll lose all your time in life.
Yeah.
Or your wife will put you on a honey-do list and you'll sit and wish you could spend all your time on it. It happens both ways. But that's why I'm not married. So I spend all my time on it.
There you go. You are married. Your last name just happens to be State Park.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. What's your last name? Area? What's your middle name? Wildlife Management. It's hyphenated.
I did get engaged to a 991A one time, and then I cheated on it like 8 months later with the DX10.
You did,
and
last name Oda.
I really loved her for a long time, and still do, but I just don't take her out no more. I take out that FTX1 chick all the time, and the DX10 is fun to play with at home. She sounds really good at home.
You just don't want to. You don't want your friends to see you doing it in the park.
I don't want my friends to see me with her in the park.
Hey, got your new name here, James P. Oda. That's right. Oh man, that's right. Unless the wife is in the ham radio as well.
Yeah. I'll say maybe on that. I'll say maybe on that. That could either work or it could be a horrible, horrible mess.
Yeah, especially when she ends up getting more contacts than you, huh?
Oh, well, we all know that can't happen. You know,
Honey, we got to get a divorce. Why? Oh, because you're on the leaderboard. You're above me in QSO count.
could you imagine if I got married to an absolute podum machine woman
You'd never be home.
who like literally was giving me a run for the money and contacts or something? Could you imagine how crazy things would get?
You would never activate together for sure. Because you're you're competing, right? Radio from a hot air balloon. Yeah, N9 VFR will be able to help you out with that.
We'd be sneaking out the house with the other person's coax intentionally.
Putting pins in it. Unsoldering the end so when it comes, it just slips right out. Taking diodes out of radios. What would your kids be like? Oh, you don't want to know. Yeah, that's a dangerous question.
So, so you ever seen like those government programs where they take where they built Universal Soldier?
Yeah,
Jean-Claude Van Damme. They built this perfect cyber human that was so good at. It would be like that with a POTA factory.
Oh my goodness.
My radio would artificially inseminate her radio.
Turds in the pile up. What's going on, buddy? N4TRD. Good evening to you.
I heard him today. He didn't come hunt me. He did not come hunt me. But when I turned on my radio, he was hunting somebody else. And then I spotted maybe 5 minutes after that, and he didn't come hunt me. So I'm going to call him out on that. But what's up, Turd?
Comes out of the womb at 25 words a minute. Yeah. That'd be great.
Congratulations, you have and then the baby goes, did it, da, did it?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Aaron, however, did hunt me today, Turd. I felt so let down. I was like, man, Turd sounds really good today.
Speaking of activators hunting, speaking of activators hunting people before they spot it apart, let me complain about something here for a minute. We ain't complained about anything all night, so here's my rant for today. So I'm not gonna say any names. It's nobody here, and it's nobody I know. So y'all are safe. I hear an activator who's a fairly popular activator. As I'm scrolling around hunting different parks, I hear them park to parking the activator. Loud as can be. Like perfect. Like loud. And I'm like, sweet. Because I'm listening, they're saying I'm at this park. And I'm like, ooh, I need that park. Sweet. So they're parked to parking. Maybe they'll spot, maybe they won't. It all depends on how they want to run their activation. But cool. I can hear them really damn loud hunting these other people. So I'm like, if they spot, I'm going to get a new to me park.
They don't spot.
So then they spot.
Oh,
no. Then, 20 minutes go by. They work all their park to parks and then they spot. I'm like, sweet. And I turn over to them and they're like a 2 and 2. I'm like, did you turn the power down to 1 watt and you were hunting at 100?
Well,
what's going on?
Was that today?
It's been this is not the first time it's happened, but no, not today. It happened yesterday and it's happened a lot of times before. I think these people hunt at 100 watts and then decide to go down to 1 watt for their damn activation. It's like, what the hell? Why? So annoying.
I was going to say, if it was today, that was just a band thing because I kid you not, I would hear people call me at 5'9", I would call them back and they'd come back to me. They'd be 5'5", 5'4",
Be gone.
and I'd give them a 5'5" and 5'4", and then they'd come back to me and thank me, and they'd be a 5'3", and I'm like, and then the next call would do reverse. It started a 5'3" and then work its way to a 5'9" through it. And yes, 20 sucked today, Michael.
Yeah.
I think in the short time, now I wasn't out long because I had a birthday party to go to and stuff, but I had promised I would go out today, even though I was activated for today. I'd promised, give everybody an equal chance. I was out last night and I was out this morning, but I wasn't out real long. I think I did 20, 15, and 40. But I think I made 19 contacts on 20, and it wasn't because I wanted to switch bands. It's because they stopped calling. So 20 was horrible today.
There's some relevant answers in the chat. I'm not going to deny any of them. He went QRP for the activation, wanted to go lower power to manage a pile up, didn't have time to stick around for a pile up. All that makes perfect sense to me, but it's still freaking annoying.
Well,
the best pile up management. This is the best pile up management. Let them fight. Let them come. As long as they're listening to me when I call somebody back and they're not being assholes, let the pile up come. Let it be thick as molasses on a February in Ontario. I don't care. It's fun,
Now, the only way that I would do something like that, like if I was hunting, there's something a little weird going on. Because now I will from time to time, if I'm doing TikTok or something, where when I TikTok an activation, I want to be out there at least 30 to 45 minutes because I got to get a certain amount of time in on TikTok. But if I'm in between switching bands, I might look and see if there's any Patreons on or any YouTube channel members or something. And if there's not, I just go on, or if there's any sodas on. But now I could see myself pulling into a park, getting ready to do a bike activation, and some sodas come on, and you hear me hunt a soda at 100 watts from the car, and then I load up my QRP and go on the bike ride, and then you hear me at 10 watts or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's what happened. I mean, he was definitely not using either the same wattage, maybe not even the same radio, maybe not the same antenna for his activation that he was when he was hunting. One of those three, or all three.
John says Alaska's on 14,256.
Yeah.
Terry sent 20 orbs. Thank you, Terry, for the 20 orbs. Oh, happy birthday, Terry, by the way.
Yeah, buddy.
It's also Terry's birthday month every day.
Yeah. 14,256. I'll try it. I'm a glutton for punishment. Alaska, I'm already pointed that way. Watch it be nothing but 256.
Michael says he got first, or at least that he remembers some at the park today.
No, I don't hear nothing. 20, there's not very many signals on 20 at all.
And that's kind of a funny thing that he mentioned some at the park, because I will get people that will hunt me when I'm doing summits, and they'll hunt me from a park and they'll say, and my park number is, and they know I'm at a summit, and then but they do that because they realize chances are he's maybe in a park too, and I won't, if I'm doing a summit, I don't spot on POTA.
Right.
I only spot on soda because I want the soda people who strictly, that's their thing, get an opportunity. Because if I spot on POTA, we all know what's going to happen. I'm going to get a pile. And yes, I still get a lot of POTA people to hunt me because most people have me in their ham alerts. But 9 times out of 10, when they say I'm in park blah 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 blah, and I say okay, I'm in, and again I'll give them a park number.
Have you noticed that since you've been more involved with soda, doing more and more, that your pileup count or the number of people that get you per soda activation has gone up? The more active you are in soda? Much like the active activators in POTA will naturally draw bigger pileups because it's a recognizable call sign, right?
I do get a lot of people, and I've also noticed that people that hunt a lot of soda and mostly hunt soda, they might hunt a POTA from now and then, now actively seek me out when I'm in POTA too. So yeah.
So Brent brings up the ham clock thing. Ham clock, the person who wrote ham clock, he is unalived. I want to say it was. I'm gonna let you do your own research because I don't know for sure. But he is no longer alive. And apparently a lot of stuff went back to his server or something like that. But ham clock is going to sunset. The last release version was 4.22, and they're going to stop working on June 2026 because the maintainer is Silent Key now. So I know I've already seen 4 or 5 different little forks and spinoffs come out. So there'll be a replacement for it. But that's what's going on with ham clock.
So Sandy, I am currently working on my Florida schedule now. I know I've been here for a couple of weeks, but I've kind of been acclimating to getting some things done and getting situated here. So I'm currently working on my Florida schedule now on what I'm going to do everywhere. So I'm not 100% sure. Do you know when that launch is?
Last I heard, they postponed it because of some weather. Sandy, this is like the 8th or something like that. But yeah, I don't remember exactly. I think Kyle said he was going to try to go down early to watch it as well.
James, your pileups are different than they used to be. Seems to be more people running amplifiers because you hear them and get big signals on a lot of them. Yeah, there's a lot of amplifier signals, but I still really good about picking out the lower signals even when the amplifiers are coming in. Yours is normally a pretty good signal to get, John.
Yeah. That's really how I judge band conditions on 40 meters, if it's long or short. If I can hear Terry and John, I know the band's in decent shape. If I have trouble hearing y'all too, I know it's gone long.
Well, that's the thing. When Terry gets me on 40 meters right now in Florida, I know that 40 meters is going to be good.
Mm.
So. Yeah, right. John. I normally don't have a lot of problems getting you.
That other guy up there in Whiskey Victor, the 2-2 guy, yeah, that guy's a character. You got to watch out for him, man.
You know, here's weird though. I think it was 15 meters today, and Ohio and West Virginia are right beside each other. You know. But I was blistering into Ohio, 5.9 plus. Everybody was like, man, you're loud up here. And West Virginia people on 15 meters were giving me 5.6, 5.7s today. It kind of, sometimes I just wonder, like, how does the bands actually work, you know?
Terry can explain it for you.
Oh, I'm sure Terry can.
Propagation is a funny bird.
40 is hard here, John. 40 just, I've said it every year that I come to Florida. You know, the first time I came to Florida, I was like, oh, I don't even like this place. This place sucks. Because I tried to do 40 meters and it's just horrible. Now, if you go out at night and jump on 40, although last night there was an extreme amount of noise when I did it, but night times it works a lot better.
There you go. Artemis 2 Moon launch February 8th to 11th. I knew they postponed it a little bit. Somewhere around there.
Now, I really enjoy, even though I've not been getting a bunch in, when I'm doing satellites down here, I'm really enjoying it because I don't have mountains to deal with, and it's just great. Same as when I was at Dan's, like it's just it's a whole different game down here.
Yeah, you almost get the whole pass. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy because in West Virginia, you know, I sometimes don't get a pass, so it's at like 30% elevation. And when I was at Dan's house, I was like, I'll try now. I'm at 5%, and I just pointed it that way, and we started hearing people like right off the bat, 5%. I'm like, holy crap. And I followed it to the very end. I was like,
yeah, you were about ready to give up. I'm not sure if that made the video or not, but you were about ready to give up, and you actually took the antenna and you were starting to hit the volumes, and you put it back out just to hear, and you made another contact.
And then somebody, as I put the antenna down, somebody is coming through, and I put it back up again, and I worked that person.
And that was probably about 10 degrees. Yeah.
So yeah, it was really cool. I just, you know, it's the same. Satellites are the same as with POTA pilot people. And the thing is, POTA pilot people, I can somewhat control people a little bit. You know, I can shut the thing off and be done with it. You know, and I've done it before. You know, when people just want to talk over top of you. Good night, Dom. And they just want to keep on and on talking over top of you. But see, satellites ain't like that. They're going to do that regardless.
Yeah.
You know, if you quit, no big deal. There's a bunch of other people, especially on the weekends.
Jeez.
Satellites are funny birds. Yes, they are, Terry. Yes, they are. No feathers and what else? No feathers and flies in the sky. A satellite bird.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah. Anyway, we're top hour. We walked through a stream like it was nothing tonight.
Yeah, we sure did.
What you got coming up, bud?
Not a lot. One stream closer to Hamcation 2026 down in Orlando. We are super excited to go down there. But thanks everybody for joining us on episode 159 of Shenanigans here this Sunday, and hope you have a great week coming up.
11 days from today. 11 days, guys. Hamcation 2026. I really look forward to it. And, you know, one day from today, guess what? I'm going to be streaming on TikTok tomorrow. If you guys ain't checked me out on TikTok yet because you're scared that the Chinese is tracking your phone through TikTok, but yet you ain't figured it out that why you get ads of what you and your wife talk about on Facebook. You're having more problems than you think you are. Guys, they can listen to you through anything. Just come over to TikTok and we have a blast over there. You literally get to see a full activation go down right in front of your eyes. You get to see the goods, the bads, the everything. It's not like an edited YouTube video where you edit out the mistakes and you edit out James fussing and cussing at people. No, it's all on there, you know. It's all on there. And sometimes I have to remember that there's people watching. And I really do have to, but it's all there. So, you know, it's fun. There, and, you know, there's a whole group of people that sit there. They'll sit there for, if I activate for 30 minutes, or they'll sit there for 2 hours and just watch an activation because you never know what you're going to get on them. So come over there and check us out. We have a lot of fun. And I stream there pretty much every day. I even streamed on Sunday. I normally take Sundays off. I streamed today. So it's a good time. Video drops on Thursdays and Saturdays, shorts randomly through the week. We do it all, man. We're your one stop for ham radio videos. And if you really get tired of me, you can go over and watch Dan's stuff too. He puts out videos. He puts out some crazy antenna videos.
I do.
And I tell you, I got one coming up for him because it it fits my niche. I got one coming up for him, and it's going to be on my Florida camping trip, which is coming up on the 20th weekend. So we'll just say that. But anyway, guys, thanks for hanging out with us tonight. I'll be on TikTok tomorrow streaming, and I'll be on the air tomorrow as well. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight, and 73.
See you guys.